We need to find out the value of the given trig expression. Let us begin. So here we have cosine of 36 degrees multiplied to cosine of 42 degrees times cosine of 60 degrees times cosine of 78 degrees. We have a standard value for cosine 36 degrees. So cosine of 36 degrees, that's given by square root of 5 plus 1 divided by 4. We also have the standard value for cosine of 60 degrees, so that's equals to 1/2. So let's use this value. So in place of cosine 36 degree, we have square root of 5 plus 1 divided by 4 times cosine of 42 degree times cosine of 60 degree, that's 1/2, times cosine of 78 degrees. Now this is going to give us square root of 5 plus 1 divided by 8. Now our goal will be to determine the value of the product cosine 42 degrees times cosine of 78 degrees. There's no standard value for that. So what we'll do here, we're going to use a formula which is the product of two cosine function transforms into the sum of two cosine function. That means whenever we have cosine of angle A times cosine of angle B and we have a factor to multiply to it, then this transforms to give us cosine of angle A plus B added to the cosine of angle A minus B. Okay. Now in our case, we have the factor 2 missing here. All we have to do is multiply by 2 and divide by 2, such that we now get square root of 5 plus 1 divided by, so 8 times 2, that will be 16. And we can use 2 times cosine 42 times cosine 78 to transform our product into the sum of the cosine function. So we'll take A to be 78 and B to be 42 degrees. So we get 78 degrees added to 42 degrees. Then add it to cosine of the difference of the two angles. So we have 78 degrees minus 42 degrees. Fine. So this will be equals to square root of 5 added to 1 divided by 16. Now we have cosine of 78 plus 42, so that corresponds to cosine of 120 degrees plus cosine of the angle 78 minus 42 will be 36 degrees. Now we know the value of cosine of 120 degrees as well. So cosine of 120 degrees, that's negative 1/2. And cosine of 36, we have already defined the value. So let's substitute these values. Now we have square root of 5 plus 1 divided by 16 whole multiplied to negative 1/2 added to square root of 5 plus 1 divided by 4, which gives us square root of 5 plus 1 divided by 16 times. Now we're going to combine the two terms within the parentheses and we will get square root of 5 minus 1 divided by 4. Now what we have here is the product square root of 5 plus 1 times square root of 5 minus 1 in the numerator, and that's simply the difference of two squares. So that means we have square root of 5 squared minus 1 divided by 16 times 4, that's 64. This will be equals to, so 5 minus 1 over 64. So 5 minus 1 is 4, which means we have 4 over 64. That gives us 1 over 16. That means the value of the trig function, product of cosine 36 degree, cosine of 42 degree, cosine of 60 degree times cosine of 78 degree, so that is 1 over 16.